tab, this one really doesn't matter at all. It's just like different things if you want, so you can check your chat stats. It'll bring you to another like page. And 404 not found. All right, so that's great. Anyways, let's move on. But if you guys want to know a lot more about like the chatbot, the merch service, the loyalty, all that kind of stuff, ask me in the comments down below to make a video on it, and if we get enough comments asking, I'll gladly make a video for you guys. But I don't want to overstress you guys. I'm just going to show you guys how to put the cool shit on that I have for my stream. So now the meat and potatoes, let's actually go over to streaming tools, and let's go to overlay gallery. So there's 3 different tabs for the overlay gallery. This is where all the cool stuff is. You can straight up get themes. So like if you wanted a Hearthstone theme, you can just click on this just to preview it, see what it's got. So you can see they have all of the different alerts right there that are Hearthstone themed. You got your webcam board. Fine, as long as we know what it is, that's cool with me. Here it's going to give us our link that we have to put into our browser source. So if you're on Streamlabs or if you're on OBS, we're going to take this, we're going to copy it, and then I'm going to bring up my OBS studio. I'm going to go and add a new source, and we're going to do a browser source. And you can do this in Streamlabs OBS as well, same process. So we're going to do create new, and we're just going to call it Halloween alerts. Click OK. And then now this is where you add the URL. So I'm going to Control V because I'm a Windows person. And then now just go ahead and click OK. So we're not seeing anything yet because we haven't triggered any alerts. So let's go back to Stream Elements. And now we can go to my overlays. And now you can see that we've recently added our little zombie alerts thing. So let's go ahead and click edit so we can get to this page. Now, right now, I know this is going to be very upsetting for a lot of you saying,
"Oh, Cody, there's so much stuff on the screen."
It's okay. I'm going to walk you through it. And I'm only going to show you what's really important. Let's just look at the top left corner here. It says Alert Box 1, Settings, Position, and Size and Style. Let's just click on Alert Box 1, and it'll bring up these tabs right here. So if you didn't see those tabs, click on that. Click on Settings. Now, this is where you're going to be able to customize everything. First of all, I would go ahead and grab this and drag it to the top left corner because when we go to preview it, it's going to show up in OBS. So now, anytime you make a change, you're going to want to hit save in the top right corner. If you do not hit save, you're not going to see the change. So let's click save. Just off the default, we're going to have followers, subs, tips, cheers, host, raids. If we just go ahead and click the little gear icon, you can see like this image is going to pop up. You can control the volume. You can control like the sound effect and all that stuff, the layout, all that jazz, how long it lasts for. Get it? Anyways, so let's go ahead and close the settings and just try out a new alert. So let's go ahead, click this little bell that says emulate. I'm going to click emulate. Let's do a new follower. So anytime we get a new follower, that is going to pop up. And just to confirm that it's working on OBS, I'm going to click save in the top right corner. So now I have the window and OBS on the same page so you guys can see what I mean. So now that we have save and all of our changes have been saved, let's click emulate. Let's do a sub this time. Let's do a gifted sub. So now you can see it's popped up on our OBS Studio page here. Remember how I said that if I had it over here, it wouldn't really show, so I'll click save. So this is basically where it's going to be. So if I click on this again and we do like another sub, you're not going to see it because it's technically, you know, in the bottom middle. But if you wanted to change that, let's just go ahead and double click Halloween alert, and you can change it to like 1920 by like 1080. Click OK. And then wherever you have this on the screen is going to match on OBS. So if I put in the top right corner and I click save and then I run the alert again, and then now it'll be in the top right corner. So you can do it that way as well. But honestly, I just think it's easier if you have it in the top left, you can just leave it on the default settings. So that way you can just kind of mess with it like that. So the alert box is actually quite simple to set up, but let's move on to the cool stuff like the widgets. So we're gonna go back to the overlay gallery and then click on widgets. From here, you can see a bunch of different stuff. And to be honest, you're gonna be like, oh, Cody, there's only like what, 15 different options here? I'm gonna show you guys a secret where you can actually find a lot of community-made widgets. And that's actually all of the ones that I'm using that you saw in my overlays. Just to quickly glance over it, these are the default ones, so you can have like instant replays, emote counter. Tetris events game actually sounds kind of cool. Basically, it just seems like every time an event happens, so subs, followers, whatever, it'll make a Tetris block fall. It's just kind of like more engagement for chat. So I actually think I'm going to try and use this for my next stream at the very beginning or at the very end or when I go pee. I think that's going to be really cool. Just so you guys know, these are the default ones, but let me show you where all the cool community source made ones are made. So we're going to cancel out of this, and I'm actually going to leave a link in the description down below, which will bring you to the Stream Elements Discord page, and that'll get you to where I want you to be. So the invite link I'll leave in the description down below, but once you've joined and you've accepted the rules, first of all, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, the people that actually work for Stream Elements are going to help you if you just go to the helpdesk.twitch or, you know, whatever category that you have your question in. They're going to know a lot more about it than I do because they're the ones that made it, all right? So if you guys have questions, ask them in the Discord first before you try ask me in the comments below. But once again, if you guys want me to make videos on stuff, I will more than gladly to. So just ask me that in the comments down below, but actual specific questions, they'll probably know it better than I do. So the channel that I actually want to show you guys is actually called Widget Share. So this is where going to be all of the different community-made handmade widgets are actually stored and where you can download them. The first time I found this, I was browsing this probably for like a good 2 or 3 hours, just because there's so many different things, and they update it like pretty much every week or every other week, which is awesome. So every week that you check in here, there's something new that you can either try out, but you can just scroll. They got wheels, they got marathon, they got chat bubbles, pretty much everything you could ever ask for. So you guys can just scroll and see what you want, but a lot of them are actually pretty straightforward. This is where you can go ahead and download it. So if we want to do like a chat leaderboard, here's a brief description of what it is. You can also watch the video to show you what it is. So a lot of them are pretty self-explanatory, but most of them have videos or tutorials on how to use them. But if you guys have any questions, once again, just go scroll up, go to the help desk, because that's what they're there for, to help you guys. But I want to show you guys the cool stuff that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So let's actually go to my overlays. So if we go to my overlays, I actually don't want this leaderboard, so you can just click the little dots and hit delete. But I really like the Capagen. I have the Capagen already made, but I'm going to show you guys how to make it really quick. Go ahead and click new overlay, call this one 1080p, start it, add your widget, and then from here go to alerts, and then click on Capagen. Anytime that an event is triggered, so a follower, a sub, donation, any kind of that stuff goes off, you're going to see a ton of different emotes just like go on the screen, kind of like fireworks. So let's say if we do a follower, look at this. We have a bunch of different emotes that pop on screen. My absolute favorite thing about this, though, is that there's a seasonal hats setting if you look in the top left right here, and you can enable it. So for the month of October, every emote has a witch hat, and I think that's freaking adorable. I love it. So if I took it off, and then I hit save, and then I emulate again, and let's say a gifted sub. So now they don't have the seasonal hats. But I mean, that's no fun. But it's like an emote firework. Isn't that dope? I can't get over this. This is one of my favorite new things that I've implemented to stream. So you can go ahead and mess with the settings there. Obviously, I like the seasonal hats. Who doesn't, right? So you can make it so you have the different chat emotes pop on, or if you just want the combo mode, or the emote explosions you can mess with. So what would trigger the emote explosion? Basically, it's the same thing. So if I have this and I want to put this on my stream, you just click this little chain here. You'll copy the overlay and you'll add it as a new browser source like we did with the alerts. But let's go back and I'll show you some more stuff that I've been using. You guys might be wondering how I get that cool green and black little webcam border, and it's actually with this animated gradient frame. By the way, if you guys haven't seen it, it's on my Twitch stream, so go check out my Twitch channel down below if you want to check that out. But it looks like this. All you have to do is just click this, and then you can mess with the settings. You can mess with how it rotates. You can mess with the animation. So if I wanted to do reverse, it's going to put it the other way. If I wanted to do rotating, or let's say horizontal, then it's going to change the way that the gradient goes. So it's going to go left to right instead of like doing the little corner spin. And you can just change the thickness. You can make it thick AF, but you can really just mess with how you want. You can change the colors, the glow, and it's basically the same exact way that you would just implement the alerts. You just click this and you put it as a browser source, and you just basically start having all these browser sources. And then I actually really like the way that my chat shows up on stream. So that's how I accomplished it, by using this box chat by Coca. So I'm going to go and edit this one. Once again, if you guys want these same exact ones, just go in the Discord, go in the search bar, and then type in the same title as you see on the screen. They're all free. They're all community sourced. So to test out the box chat, I'm actually going to open my chat room via Streamlabs OBS, which I'm recording with, and I will just type out some messages. So I typed out some messages on my little box chat, and as you can see, I personally like this a lot more than just like the default Streamlabs one that you would get through Streamlabs OBS. But I accomplished this by going to typography. You can change whatever font you want. I'm pretty sure it's Google font, so there's actually a lot of different fonts to choose from. You can change the size of it, which I think something we'd all like to be able to change, but you know, let's leave it to the font size for now. You can change the font weight, the different colors, so the color of where my name is, the color of the message background, how Do you want to build your community, get more followers, and increase chat engagement? The Stream Elements bot is a perfect opportunity to do that, and it's super easy to set up. So if you don't mind dropping a quick like on the video for this cool 2 million Scoville hot sauce that I found, it's a bot is currently not in your chat. If you it's got the little sword and we're good to go. So now that the bot has been connected, look on the left-hand side of the screen here and we'll click on the chat bot option and you'll notice that we got a bunch of different pages that we can check out. So the top one is the chat commands. These are going to be the different commands that people can type into chat and then things will pop up. So we'll start simply with this one, which is the account age. What this is basically if I type !account age into my Twitch chat, then it's going to tell me when my Twitch account was created. So a couple different things, you can change what the command name is, so what they have to type in chat in order to trigger this. The command cost, this is a little bit more over people's heads because it involves the loyalty tab on the left hand side here. And basically if you click on loyalty settings, you can set up a whole loyalty point system, and then you can see that viewers will get every amount of points every so often, subscribers will get so many points, so then you could spend those points on your chat commands like the account age if you want to. Personally, it's a little bit over a lot of people's heads, so I'm going to leave that at 0. The user level is who's going to be able to type this in the chat and have it work. So everyone means everyone can do it. If you only want subs to be able to do it, then you can do subs. Moderator, I prefer everyone. Gotta keep everybody included, right? The user cooldown, basically this is individual people, like how often can they type this before it triggers again. So if you want it to be 15 seconds, type in 15. If you want it 5 seconds to be 5. The global cooldown is how often can this trigger a lot. So if everybody's spamming the command, then it's going to trigger every 5 seconds. So if you want it to be every 1 second, so everybody can use it whenever they want, they can do 1 second, or you know, if you don't want spam, you could probably leave it at 5 to 15 seconds roughly. Enable command when stream is online, offline, or both. I just leave it at both because, you know, it's not going to hurt you if it's online or offline. The command aliases are basically just going to be synonyms in order to trigger this command. If they type !account age, obviously it's going to trigger that, but if they type !created, it's going to trigger the same exact thing. So now that we have everything set up, we'll click save. We'll make sure this is enabled because this is blue, and we'll head over to our Twitch channel. So we'll go to the bottom right corner and then we'll type in !account age, and then Stream Elements pops up with when my Twitch account was created, which is such a long time ago. I feel like I've spent too much time on Twitch, but that's another video. And then we can also do !created because remember that is one of our aliases and that'll trigger the same exact command, making it easier for your viewers. So if you notice, there's a column called module right here, and some of these have different modules attached to them, meaning that they're a little bit more sophisticated of a command. For this instance, we'll just check out 8-ball. You can ask the magic 8-ball a question. I'm going to have to enable this, and then it's going to say the 8-ball command only works so, and then !8-ball, and then it'll give you the explanation. Smash the like button, and the 8-ball says Kappa Kipo PogChamp Kappa. So yeah. The fun part is when you do the custom commands, because you can make your own commands. Let's just do a real quick one. We'll do add new command with this button. It'll be ! Let's say YouTube, and so anybody can use it. And then I'll say, if you want help streaming, please check out my YouTube channel. And then I can link my YouTube channel. And then once I've done this, I'll just click activate command. I'll go in the chat and I will type !YouTube. And then you can see that Stream Elements pops up and it posts exactly what I set it to. If we look on the left-hand side below chat commands, it says user management. And this is just going to manage user permissions for bot commands. So if you want, you can click add new bot user and you can add people's name to give them extra priorities. Personally, I really don't mess with this part at all. So we'll move on to the timer section below this on the left-hand side. So the bot timers, basically, this is a command that's automatically going to trigger based off of the time that you set it to. So if we click add new timer, then we can stick a timer name. We'll just do YouTube response message. Please check out the YouTube channel. So now on the right hand side, you can see the online interval is every 5 minutes that my stream is live, it will post this, as long as there's at least 5 lines of chat. So 5 messages in between. Personally, for these kinds of things, I would like to do 15 minutes and at least, like, I don't know, 30 lines of chat, maybe even 40. It really just depends how busy your Twitch stream is, because otherwise you don't want this to flood your Twitch channel if you don't really have anybody talking. And then the offline interval, honestly, I would just turn it off because
He must know there's 2 and he's repositioning or something. He's not... I'd be amazed if he's just... He might...
Did I get my primer? I did. Okay. I've done 4,200, so I've done like, well, every run has been on V2 VD for me.
I've done 300.
This is the first time I've done Ambu in a month, in like 4 months. For sure. V2 VD for me.
I've done 300.
This is the first time I've done Ambu in a month in like 4 months.
I don't know why I would want my timers going when I'm offline anyways, because nobody's really going to be watching. So then I'll click activate timer, and now you can see that our YouTube timer is now live. Every 15 minutes that we're online and every 40 chat lines, it'll post this message in chat, thus giving you more traffic to whatever it is that you're trying to promote. Below that is the modules. We briefly glanced over this, but personally, for these kinds of things, I would like to do 15 minutes and at least, like, I don't know, 30 lines of chat, maybe even 40. It really just depends how busy your Twitch stream is, because otherwise you don't want this to flood your Twitch channel if you don't really have anybody talking. And then the offline interval, honestly, I would just turn it off, because I don't know why I would want my timers going when I'm offline anyways, because nobody's really going to be watching. So then I'll click activate timer, and now you can see that our YouTube timer is now live. Every 15 minutes that we're online and every 40 chat lines, it'll post this message in chat, thus giving you more traffic to whatever it is that you're trying to promote. Below that is the modules. We briefly glanced over this, but basically this is just more sophisticated commands that you can do. Like chat alerts, if I activate that, I can click on this. You can see that it gives you a little example. Blank just tipped $100. What a great stream. And so you can go and enable different messages that'll pop up based off of these different chat alerts. So you can have one for tips, followers, subscribers, cheers, and more. But a lot to promote. Below that is the when I'm offline anyways, because nobody's really going to be watching. So then I'll click activate timer, and now you can see that our YouTube timer is now live. Every 15 minutes that we're online and every 40 chat lines, it'll post this message in chat, thus giving you more traffic to whatever it is that you're trying to promote. Below that is the modules. We briefly glanced over this, but basically this is just more sophisticated commands that you can do. Like chat alerts, if I activate that, I can click on this. You can see that it gives you a little example. Blank just tipped $100. What a great stream. And so you can go and enable different different messages that'll pop up based off of these different chat alerts. So you can have one for tips, followers, subscribers, cheers, and more. But a lot of this is just personal taste. There's a lot of different ones you can mess around with, so just have fun with that. And then below that, we have spam filters, and you can basically use these to keep your chat clean. So you can do caps protection. So basically, if someone uses all caps messages, then it'll time them out for a certain amount of time, and you can change out the timeout duration there. They also have link protection, so you can make sure that certain links from certain websites, wink wink, aren't allowed on your channel. Then you can also have banned words. So if you want to do this one, you can edit it, and then you can every 15 minutes that we're online and every 40 chat lines, it'll post this message in chat, thus giving you more traffic to whatever it is that you're trying to promote. Below that is the modules. We briefly glanced over this, but basically this is just more sophisticated commands that you can do. Like chat alerts, if I activate that, I can click on this. You can see that it gives you a little example. Blank just tipped $100. What a great stream. And so you can go and enable different messages that'll pop up based off of these different chat alerts. So you can have one for tips, followers, subscribers, cheers, and more. But a lot of this is just personal taste. There's a lot of different ones you can mess around with, so just have fun with that. And then below that, we have spam filters, and you can basically use these to keep your chat clean. So you can do caps protection. So basically, if someone uses all caps messages, then it'll time them out for a certain amount of time, and you can change out the timeout duration there. They also have link protection, so you can make sure that certain links from certain websites, wink wink, aren't allowed on your channel. Then you can also have banned words. So if you want to do this one, you can edit it, and then you can add certain words that you do not want on your stream whatsoever, and the bot will automatically clear those for you. This video right here is going to show you how to set up the cool alerts and stream elements. So watch this video if you want to spice up your stream. Comment Spooky Gang if you made it to the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hi, hello, how are you? My name is Nick. You guys want to go in bracket, user bracket? Kind of sounds a little weird in context, but let's just ignore what it's saying and just focus on the act whenever I die in a game. It's literally just like setting up whatever you want to say for that last part, but it'll put their username in there and it'll kind of look official. So it makes your alert command look a little bit. Show you guys how to do that and make it repeat. You can also do this with like emotes. But basically all the variations that people would type. You could also do that with TV/your name. So that will take people to a page for them to be able to subscribe. You can do that on mobile and use their Prime there. So that you're going to do is you're going to copy this link right here where it's subs.twitch.tv/your name. So that will take people to a page for them to be able to subscribe. You can do that on mobile and use their Prime there. So what you want to do is go !Prime as your new command. Then in the response, put But, subscribe with Twitch Prime here. They'll click on that link. They'll be able to sub on mobile. For number 6, this is going to be a weather lookup command. Yes, you are going to become everybody's weather person. You're going to become their weather person, and it'll be great. Now, I'm going to break the rules right here. This is kind of like more like a bonus command because it's not with Stream Elements. I know I told you I'd be like with Stream Elements, but this one's on Nightbot, and it's really cool, and you might want to just put this one on Nightbot, okay? And when I figure out how to do it on Stream Elements, I'll tell you guys how to do it on Stream Elements, okay? But this weather lookup command is really cool because what you do is you type !weather lookup space and then like a certain city or a place, right? And then it will tell you the weather there. So how you're going to do this in Nightbot is you are going to go to commands, custom, add a new command, and then you're going to say !weather lookup or !weather or whatever you want to put there. Then you're going to put this exact variable in. Money sign, parenthesis, weather, money sign, parenthesis, I don't know how to say that word, QUERY, and then parenthesis. And then that basically will give you a weather lookup. It's pretty dang cool. So if I do in the chat right now, !weather lookup, Los Angeles, I'm going to get an actual breakdown of what's in Los Angeles, like the weather wise. So that's just a bonus command. I'm sorry I moved over to Nightbot, but we're back on to Stream Elements. parenthesis, I don't know how to say that word, Query, and then you're gonna put this place, right? And then it will tell you the weather. Is you're going to go to commands, custom, add a new command, and then you're gonna say exclamation point weather lookup or exclamation point weather or whatever you want to put there. Then you're gonna put this exact variable in money sign, parenthesis, weather, money sign, parenthesis, I don't know how to say that word, Query, and then parenthesis. And then that basically will give you a weather lookup. It's pretty dang cool. So if I do in the chat right now, exclamation point weather lookup, Los Angeles, I'm going to get an actual breakdown of what's in Los Angeles, like the weather wise. So that's
Today I'm going to be showing you how to get Nightbot into your YouTube live stream chat. To start, you're going to go to nightbot.tv and you're going to click sign up and log in with your YouTube account. From here, you're going to allow it. Then you're going to take the link here. You're going to community settings tab. You're going to join the channel. And then once you're in your dashboard, you're going to join the channel. You're going to open the community settings tab. Then you're going to take the link here. You're going to copy it. And then you're going to paste it into the moderators. You're going to click the link. You're going to join the channel. You're going to open the community settings tab. Then you're going to take the link. Here, you're going to copy it. And then you're going to paste it. Into the moderators. You're going to click enter. And then you're going to hit Nightbot. You're going to say Save those settings. And then you're going to need to go live. Nightbot only joins streams that are live. Every time you go live, Nightbot will take up to 5 minutes to appear in your chat. So please bear with it as it will be detected. In the meantime, we can go ahead and set up some basic commands so that Nightbot has something to answer to once we're ready. So for example, we can do a Discord command so that if somebody is in the chat and wants to join your Discord, they can do that. So we can make the command !Discord. And then here is where you can put the Discord invite link. In this case, it's going to be discord.gg/nightdev. And if you do join this Discord, if you are having any trouble, it'll invite you to our community Discord where you can get any kind of support that you need. Next, we can adjust the user level so we can allow different people to use the commands that we are creating. In this case, I want to allow everyone to use this command, and the command can be executed every 5 seconds if somebody wanted to. And then we're going to submit it. Now that we have our first command, we can go ahead and create timers. What timers do is they allow you to remind people in the chat to make sure that they are subscribed or make sure to like the live stream or whatever you prefer. So we can go ahead and add a timer. We'll call it reminder. And we'll say every 15 minutes we can have that execute, and after every 2 chat lines. All right, so we can submit the timer reminder. So all in the meantime, we've been live. We've been live for about 2 minutes. So we can go ahead and try to see if Nightbot is in the chat now. So we can go ahead and execute our command that we did earlier. And see if Nightbot has joined the channel yet. If not, like I said, it could take up to 5 minutes. All right, and that actually only took a little bit shy of 3 minutes for Nightbot to join the stream. But once it did see that I typed that Discord command, it responded. You can also do song requests and do auto DJ with the chat. And you can look at the default commands that are automatically on, and you can turn them on or off if you'd like. From here, you can also adjust spam protection. So if you don't want people to be able to spam capitalization or links or symbols, or you can blacklist words and phrases, you can do all of that from this tab. And that is the basics on how to get Nightbot into your YouTube live stream.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about Nightbot, what it is, how to use it, and how to set it up. Generally speaking, using a bot while you're live streaming is a great tool to give more accessibility to your viewers and your moderator.
That's just a bonus command. I'm sorry I moved over to Nightbot, but we're back onto Stream Elements, okay? So let's go to number 7. Number 7 is a socials command, and this is really, really important for you as a streamer or for your streamer if you're a mod to grow other socials and diversify across other platforms. And I talk a lot about that and how to grow on Twitch. I'm going to put that card up here, but I talk about and break down how to grow on other platforms, and especially YouTube, something like this platform here that you're on. With socials command, it's just that you're gonna post your socials so that people can go and follow you, and you kind of want to plug this pretty consistently and maybe even put it on a timer. So if you add a new command, you're just gonna go !socials and then list all your socials below with links. Make sure you put space between those links and check on that command because it can get a little bit weird sometimes, but make sure that command is kind of all clean and everything like that. So next up on our list here is a shout out command. This is basically so when somebody raids you, you can shout them out quickly and allow people to follow them back, or maybe one of your friends comes into the chat and you want to shout them out. You can just do like, !shout out or SO or whatever it is. So basically what you'll do is add a new command. It'll be !shout out or !SO. We kind of have both. So we put like a command alias where it'll change it over, but !shout out. And then your response is going to be this: check out. And then here's your variable, $1 bracket at HTT, you got to put the whole like link twitch.tv/ and then you're not going to put a space. You're going to put it right up against that that slash. So then you're going to do money sign bracket channel money sign bracket 1 bracket, like close bracket, okay? So just like I have it on the screen right now. So what they have to do now is they have to type ! shout out space and then their name. And then once that name is in there, it'll fill in all these things. A lot of times people have problems with this because they'll put the @ sign before the name, and it doesn't work if you do that. Alrighty, the next one is a very important one and something that I don't see a lot of people have, but it's something called a welcome command. This welcome command is going to look different for you and for other people and all kind of stuff. But basically what I did with my welcome command is I have something called a welcome song. There was one day where I sang this like kind of like show tuney type thing where it welcomed people every time they followed and stuff like that. This welcome command has that clip connected to it, and it's just a way to welcome people. So whenever they come into the stream, so I'm able to be like, hey, if you guys are new here, you can go and watch this video. It kind of like gives people a little bit of a feel of like how weird and kind of fun the channel is going to be. You're going to do !welcome, add a command that's !welcome, and then put some type of clip, or maybe even it's your channel trailer or whatever it is that will welcome people and make them feel like, hey, like that's so cool. I'm here and I feel welcomed. It also allows your chat to be able to welcome people in an easy way if they don't really know how to yet, the chat. So maybe even you could even like use the username ones that we've used, where you can go like !welcome, and then we welcome so-and-so to the chat or something, you know what I mean? Or whatever it is. Just think about that. And a welcome command is very, very good because you want your community to be an open community that is welcoming to people. And that's a very easy way for you to do that when you're playing your intense game of COD or whatever it is. We have arrived at the last command. Yes, the last command. Okay, thank you for sticking around. If you made it to this point, I want to give you a little bit of a nugget of a different way to change your game. So sometimes you don't want your mods to have to go !game, type out the whole game. Maybe they type the game wrong. You find out 4 hours later you've been in the wrong game category the whole time. I actually got this idea from somebody who messaged me on Instagram and wanted to do this, and then I learned how to do it and just told them how to do it, which is pretty cool. What I set up was a command where moderators could type !chat, right? And then that would change the game to just chatting, right? Or the game category to just chatting. So how I did this was I went !chat with the command name. Then the response is category changed to money sign bracket set game quotations less than sign just chatting greater than sign quotations, close the bracket. You can put whatever game you want to put in there. I just put just chatting because it was kind of like we go to that quite a bit. I also have this for some other games. One thing that I realized though is certain games that doesn't grab the right game sometimes. Like with Call of Duty, I had a problem with that for Modern Warfare. It grabs like Modern Warfare 3. So you're going to want to make sure it works for your particular game you're going to. But you can set these up for different games that you go to. Say you're kind of a little bit more of a variety, but you play similar types of games. It's a little bit easier for your mods to do that than have to type out everything. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you guys want me to do some other chat bots, you've got less than sign, name, greater than sign. New command, you're going to put !whatever. I have one where it's for me because I'm pro gamer. So for instance, I have one that I just go !death and then it counts the deaths. And so people can do that whenever I die in a game. Helps with engagement and people kind of like to mess. So basically what this is a command that counts something. So say it's the amount of deaths that you have. Yes, I said that. Deaths. Because we all die in games, except for me, because I'm pro gamer. So for instance, I have one that I just go !death and then it counts the deaths, and so people can do that whenever I die in a game. Helps with engagement, and people kind of like to mess with you like that. Basically, what you're going to do for this count command is you're going to add a new command. You're going to put !whatever. I have one where it's !cuss that I just added, so anytime that I cuss on stream, they count it, you know, they'll be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so basically you go !cuss, you'll go to the response. I put Nick cuss, and then you're going to put your variable here. So it's money sign bracket count, and then you've got less than sign, name, greater than sign, and then you put times on stream. That's going to just give you a number that counts up every time somebody hits it. So if I type now !cuss, it's going to count that up, and so people can count how many times I say bad words on stream. Up next, we've got a lurk command. Now, lurk command is literally just like setting up another command. But what you might be able to do with this is actually mix our username command with this command, right? So if we do a new command, do !lurk, or for the response, you put your variable money sign bracket user bracket, and then that'll get their username in there. You'll say so-and-so is now lurking and twerking or something like that. I don't know, whatever you want to say for that last part, but it'll put their username in there and it'll kind of look official. So it makes your lurk command look a little bit better. And yeah, hopefully that helps with your alert command. That's a quick one. It's super easy. So, all right, let's go to the next one. Number 4 is a repeat command. So basically what you do with this command is whenever somebody types something in chat, it repeats it. For us, you know how people like point up in chat whenever they want to like, yeah, check this out, you know, or yeah, I agree with that. We had Stream Elements copy that. We thought it was kind of like a little clever thing. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that and make it repeat. You can also do this with like emotes, stuff like that. So let's check it out. So I'm going to show you how we built the one that we did. What you'll do is go exclamation point, you know, point. We just did that. The response is that same thing. You want the response to be whatever you want it to say. Okay. So that's very important. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to advanced settings. So if you go down below, you'll see command keywords. Now you're going to put basically all the variations that people would type in that you would want it to repeat from. So we kind of put like different versions of that. And so whenever you have those keywords in, now it's going to trigger that command off of those particular things. Like I said, you could also do that with emotes, which is what a lot of people do. Yeah. Hopefully that helps. Let's go to number 5. So number 5 is a prime sub command. This one's really quick. This is just so that people on mobile can prime sub. If you want that to happen, basically what you're going to do is you're going to copy this link right here where it's subs.twitch.tv/yourname. So that will take people to a page for them to be able to subscribe. You can do that on mobile and use their prime there. So what you want to do is go exclamation point prime as your new command. Then in the response, put, you know, subscribe with Twitch Prime here. They'll click on that link. They'll be able to sub on mobile. For number 6, this is going to be a weather lookup command. Yes, you're going to become everybody's weather person. You're going to become their weather person and it'll be great. Now I'm going to break the rules right here. This is kind of like more like a bonus command because it's not with Stream Elements. I know I told you I'd be like with Stream Elements, but this one's on Nightbot and it's really cool and you might want to just put this one on Nightbot, okay? And when I figure out how to do it on Stream Elements, I'll tell you guys how to do it on Stream Elements, okay? But this weather lookup command is really cool because what you do is you type exclamation point weather lookup space and then like a certain city or a place, right? And then it will tell you the weather there. So how you're going to do this in Nightbot is you are going to go to commands, custom, add a new command, and then you're going to say exclamation point weather lookup or exclamation point weather or whatever you want to put there. Then you're going to put this exact variable in. Money sign, parenthesis, weather, money sign, parenthesis, I don't know how to say that word, QUERY, and then parenthesis, and then that basically will give you a weather lookup. It's pretty dang cool. So to grow other socials and diversify across other platforms, and I talk a lot about that and how to grow on Twitch. I'm going to put that card up here, but I talk about and break down how to grow on other platforms and especially YouTube, something like this platform here that you're on with socials command. It's just that you're gonna post your socials so that people can go and follow you, and you kind of want to plug this pretty consistently and maybe even put it on a timer. So if you add a new command, you're just gonna go exclamation point socials and then list all your socials below with links. Make sure you put space between those links and check on that command because it can get a little bit weird sometimes, but make sure that command is kind of all clean and everything like that. So next up on our list here is a shout out command. This is basically so when somebody raids you, you can shout them out quickly and allow people to follow them back, or maybe one of your friends comes into the chat and you want to shout them out. You can just do like, you know, exclamation point shout out or SO or whatever it is. So basically what you'll do is add a new command. It'll be exclamation point shout out or exclamation point SO. We kind of have both. So we put like a command alias where it'll change it over, but exclamation point shout out. And then your response is going to be this: check out. And then here's your variable, money sign bracket 1 bracket at HTT, you know, you got to put the whole like link, twitch.tv / and then you're not going to put a space. You're going to put it right up against that slash. So then you're going to do money sign bracket channel money sign bracket 1 bracket, like close bracket. Okay. So just like I have it on the screen right now. So what they have to do now is they have to type exclamation point shout out space and then their name. And then once that name is in there, it'll fill in all these things. A lot of times people have problems with this because they'll put the @ sign before the name and it doesn't work if you do that. Alrighty, the next one is a very important one and something that I don't see a lot of people have, but it's something called a welcome command. This welcome command is going to look different for you and for other people and all kind of stuff. But basically what I did with my welcome command is I have something called a welcome song. There was one day where I sang this like kind of like show tuney type thing where it welcomed people every time they followed and stuff like that. This welcome command has that clip connected to it and it's just a way to welcome people. So whenever they come into the stream. So I'm able to be like, hey, if you guys are new here, you can go and watch this video. It kind of like gives people a little bit of a feel of like how weird and kind of fun the channel is going to be. You're going to do exclamation point welcome, add a command that's exclamation point welcome, and then put some type of clip, or maybe even it's your channel trailer or whatever it is that will welcome people and make them feel like, hey, like, that's so cool. I'm here and I feel welcomed. It also allows your chat to be able to welcome people in an easy way if they don't really know how to yet, the chat. So maybe even you could even like use the username ones that we've used, where you can go like exclamation point welcome, and then we welcome so-and-so to the chat or something, you know what I mean? Or whatever it is. Just think about that. And a welcome command is very, very good because you want your community to be an open community that is welcoming to people. And that's a very easy way for you to do that when you're playing your intense game of COD or whatever it is. We have arrived at the last command. Yes, the last command. Okay, thank you for sticking around. If you made it to this point, I want to give you a little bit of a nugget of a different way to change your game. So sometimes you don't want your mods to have to go exclamation point game, type out the whole game. Maybe they type the game wrong. You find out 4 hours later you've been in the wrong game category the whole time. I actually got this idea from somebody who messaged me on Instagram to money sign bracket set game quotations less than sign just chatting greater than sign quotations close the bracket. You can put whatever game you want to put in there. I just put just chatting because it was kind of like we go to that quite a bit. I also have this for some other games. One thing that I realized though is certain games that it doesn't grab the right game sometimes. Like with Call of Duty, I had a problem with that for Modern Warfare. It grabs like Modern Warfare 3. So you're going to want to make sure it works for your particular game you're going to. But you can set these up for different games that you go to. Say you're kind of a little bit more of a variety, but you play similar types of games. It's a little bit easier for your mods to do that than have to type out everything. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you guys want just chatting, because I went exclamation point chat with the command name, then category the whole time. I actually got this idea. Sometimes you don't want your mods to have to go exclamation point game, type out the whole game. Maybe they type the game wrong. You find out 4 hours later you've been in the wrong game category the whole time. I actually got this idea from somebody who messaged me on Instagram and wanted to do this, and then I learned how to do it and just told them how to do it, which is pretty cool. What I set up was a command where moderators could type exclamation point chat, right? And then that would change the game to just chatting, right? Or the game category to just chatting. So how I did this was I went exclamation point chat with the command name. Then the response is category changed to money sign bracket set game quotations less than sign just chatting greater than sign quotations close the bracket. You can put whatever game you want to put in there. I just put just chatting because it was kind of like we go to that quite a bit. I also have this for some other games. One thing that I realized though is certain games that it doesn't grab the right game sometimes. Like with Call of Duty, I had a problem with that for Modern Warfare. It grabs like Modern Warfare 3. So you're going to want to make sure it works for your game. Quotations less than sign, just chatting, greater than sign, quotations, close the bracket. You can put whatever game you want to put in there. I just put just chatting because it was kind of like we go to that quite a bit. I also have this for some other games. One thing that I realized though is certain games that
good company. They are one of only 4 nations to reach the knockout stage of the last 3 World Cups. The others, Brazil, France, Argentina, all those nations off to the quarterfinals. Will the Swiss join them? They have Portugal coming up next. Rob, Mo, Clint, and Lexi back here with you. Switzerland, they entered this tournament with some striker issues. 25-year-old Monaco man Braille Mbolo appears to have solved those issues, and he starts off our Players to Watch segment. Mo?
Yeah, and he's coming to form at the right time. 2018 World Cup, 0 goals. 13 appearances at major tournaments, only 1 goal. Well, he's found the back of the net twice in this tournament in the group stages, once against his motherland of Cameroon, the second time against Serbia. He'll be a focal point for this team if they try to unlock that Portuguese center back position.
Yeah, and I want to talk about Bruno Fernandes, a 28-year-old player from Manchester United. He's had 2 goals already, 2 assists in this tournament. Has really been the main man for Portugal. And for them to be successful tonight, he'll need to pull the strings and also maybe chip in with a goal.
All right, look, if you're going to have a substitute, that's not a bad one to have coming off the bench. One of the greatest players of all time. But what kind of mentality is he going to bring? Is he going to sulk on the sideline? Is he going to have a problem with what is happening right now with him not starting, which is the big story in this game, make no mistake about it? Or is he going to come in and be the hero as he has been so many times before? We shall see. The drama, the theater, it follows him everywhere he goes. People watch, whether he's on the field, off the field, whether they like him, whether they don't. They can't take their eyes off.
So can Portugal take another step towards a first World Cup crown? Or will Switzerland finally break through in the knockout stage? Walkouts, anthems coming up next.
Gillette presents the Gillette Labs with Exfoliating Bar, a razor designed to take the hassle out of your routine with effortless shaving and one efficient stroke. The bar and the handle removes unseen dirt and debris that gets in the way of the blades, so nothing gets between you and a quick and easy shave. All with a lifetime warranty. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Ah, humbug. My signal is totally ghosting me.
You need a better network. 'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. They'll give you the new iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
This holiday season, Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro, plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro, all on us. That's a value of up to $1,900.
Wow.
And there are unlimited plans for everyone, starting at just $35 a line. It's our best deal of the year. Get the network you deserve and the savings you want, only on Verizon.
Hey, you!
New Balance. What you got now?
How do you feel?
A bit numb, I suppose.
Empire of Light is an exquisite story of human connection, and Olivia Colman delivers a career-best performance.
No one's going to give you the life you want. You have to go out and get it.
Empire of Light. Rated R.
Beckham in the house. Watching a little soccer. Bro, are you eating my Lay's?
Yep. It's the FIFA World Cup. And it's football.
That is soccer.
But we'll ask the world. Is it called football?
Or soccer?
It's soccer. We're doing that again, huh? It's a classic.
My Cheetos!
No, Cheetos.
It says soccer mom, not football mom. You ever argue with soccer mom? Go ahead, tell them.
No matter what you call it, don't forget the chips.
Crisps.
Whatever.
Hey, Chief, the kids' toys are ready to go, but what about the grown-ups?
Don't worry, I've got my hometown team on the job.
You don't have to be an elf to do it yourself. Eaton power adapters are half off. The 3-outlet adapter is now $244. The 6-outlet adapter is $297. And Energizer Max batteries are 40% off too. Only $597 each. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas.
The round of 16 comes with pressure. For Cristiano Ronaldo, playing in likely his final World Cup, this match matters even more. Today, Portugal takes on Switzerland. After stumbling in a loss to South Korea, Portugal's talent won't let that happen twice.
Portugal get their breakthrough!
Bruno Fernandes has been pulling the strings, setting up goals and scoring them too. But to go all the way, they'll need their entire 11 to play their best. Switzerland comes off a top-tier comeback, and in this tournament, momentum matters.
This game has changed yet again.
They'll look to push the pace and keep crashing the goal and play in the quarterfinals. The 2022 FIFA World Cup on Fox. Next.
Closing in on kickoff from Lusail Stadium, Portugal, Switzerland, set to determine our final quarterfinalists here at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Moments ago, Cristiano Ronaldo with the subs bib on, walking through the tunnel and walking by his teammates. We were curious, would he sulk or would he strike? He is being a team player at this moment, hugging it out with the longtime vet Pepe, and then making his way out onto the field. Rob, Mo, Clint, Alexi back here with you, still digesting the news that Ronaldo not in the starting 11. So, Clint, that means your guy, Bruno Fernandes, needs to step up and keep carrying on this nation.
For sure, and why would Cristiano Ronaldo suck? It's your country. They have a chance to go on and do something special, so he's going to believe in them because you need a team to be successful. But yeah, Bruno Fernandes, the goals, the assists, he's been the player for Portugal this tournament. I look forward to watching him today in the middle with Bernardo Silva.
Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive? A complete Switzerland and Portugal lost at this stage in the 2018 World Cup. Who will survive?
And as his team, 2 goals, 2 assists, more combined goals and assists than any player in the group stage. He didn't even play the 3rd game of the group stage. Xherdan Shaqiri of the Chicago Fire has had a role in every single goal the Swiss have scored at this tournament. One of 3 players that have made up a core of a team trying to make some history tonight. And we are underway. Portugal in the red and green. Switzerland changing from their first choice red to the white and gray. For Portugal, love it or not, the story surrounds Cristiano Ronaldo. All-time leader in goals, all-time leader in appearances, begins this game on the bench. It's the first time that Portugal have played a knockout game at a tournament without Ronaldo to start in over 20 years. So what happens to the rest of a team that, oh, by the way, has not actually been to a World Cup quarterfinal since 2006? They went out of the round of 16 in Russia, as did Switzerland. In fact, for the Swiss, it would be the first time since 1954, 17 World Cups ago, that they would play in a quarterfinal if they can proceed. And oh, by the way, this series history has been tense. It's been physical. They played twice in June. A lot of familiarity on that field. And as Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, looks on, the question becomes, who will advance to take on Morocco, who beat Spain in a penalty shootout earlier this evening in Saturday's quarterfinal. What are we looking for? And yeah, again, without Ronaldo, what's Portugal going to look like?
Well, a lot of our thoughts coming into this match have actually changed, and I'm even looking at this Swiss team, and it looks like they changed their shape. They're actually playing with 3 center backs, playing more of a back 5 look.
Rafael Guerreiro, Bruno Fernandes, it's Otavio, who's returned from an injury to get the start this evening.
Just get a look at that Swiss defensive shape, playing very narrow with Rodriguez tucked inside next to Sharon Akanji.
Joao Felix into the middle. Bruno Fernandes, it popped up on him, couldn't control, it's cleared.
And this is a surprise from Fakin Murat, because this is a team that, and he has in his 19 matches to this point played 4-2-3-1 essentially every game. It's going to be flexible at times in the way in which they're defending, and Vargas will push out.
That flag is going to stay down, as though now it's going to come up as they went over the top to Gonzalo Ramos.
And I think his running is going to be important as well. Ramos off the ball, stretching the back line.
Fernando Santos, he said, this was not a disciplinary thing with Ronaldo, it's tactical. And they find the right answers. He talked about the Swiss not necessarily being a defensive team, he just said they're very well organized. When they went down against Serbia, a game that could have seen them knocked out on the group stage, they stayed calm, they knew what they were doing. Breel Embolo goes down in some real pain right now. That was Ruben Diaz, who he collided with. Embolo is still down.
Oh yeah, he catches that elbow from Diaz to the neck there. Now, it's an interesting one because I don't see a swing of the right arm into the face. More Ruben Diaz just kind of getting his arm up and protecting. There's definitely contact of the elbow or the arm to the face of Embolo. That's what he's trying to say there to the assistant referee.
Well, our referee tonight, Cesar Arturo Ramos, 38 years old from Mexico, very experienced, young as he is. His second World Cup. He actually refereed Portugal's loss to Uruguay at this stage at the last World Cup. But that's an interesting sort of early marker there, that contact. And Jaka knocks it out. And you see Murat Yakin, fascinating story. A decade ago, he was the hot young coach in Swiss soccer, and then 3 straight jobs. He was fired after a year. He was plucked out of obscurity in the Swiss second division to take this job a year ago. He's guided them to the precipice of history. Even as he said, we acknowledge we can write history, and then he sort of contradicted himself at the end of the sentence. We have to forget about all that and just play the game.
Yeah, so just watching the Swiss in their shape. So they're actually just dropping Vargas deeper defensively. It's still a similar type of shape, but what he's trying to do is deal with.
Well, Embolo's going to get there. Ruben Diaz trying to get away from Pepe as well. A third touch. Embolo blocked by Pepe at early Swiss corner.
Yeah, he's just defensively. There is 17 Vargas to deal with Bruno Fernandes, and then he releases and gets high into the attack on that left side. Great work from Embolo coming across the field. This time gets the strike off with the left foot. Doesn't hit it so well. It was coming across the goal there, but it's cleared away, and it'll be a corner for the Swiss.
Short. Ricardo Rodriguez will lay it back. It's hooked into the traffic, knocked away to the top of the box. It was Ramos doing the defensive work. It's going to be held, and no, that'll be a foul. So Otavio is down. The Swiss have the all-time edge. They played twice a week apart in June. In the first game, Switzerland thought they took an early lead. It was chalked off for a handball on VAR, and then Portugal just blitzed them the rest of the way, got them on the counter, beat them 4-0. A week later, the Swiss again scored, this time in the first minute. This time it counted, and they defended for their lives the rest of the way for a 1-0 win. So how significant is the first goal going to be tonight, and at what point does it come, if at all, from what we saw earlier between Morocco and Spain? Rodriguez under some pressure right now from Bruno Fernandes. He wanted to reverse that out to Vargas.
Calm and composed there. Chaka just dropping underneath being an outlet. Portugal getting some good pressure high up the field, but that's a nice pass from Rodriguez that breaks that initial line of pressure and allows Vargas to break away here.
Shaqiri of the Chicago Fire got knocked away there as Vargas was trying to advance up the left. Vargas trying to nutmeg his way through Carvalho there. Up to the air by Bernardo Silva. Here he has it back. Couldn't get anything away on the outside, and Carvalho gets it clear. Shaqiri, Pepe all over him. That's going to be a foul.
He feels frustrated. Shaqiri goes down, but you can see in the way that Portugal are pressing the ball defensively. And Fernando Santos, their coach, talking about their tactical plan, a little snake attempt there from Shaqiri, and how they want to pressure Switzerland higher up the field. That starts with the youngster, Gonzalo Ramos, 21 years old, leading the attack. But you hear so often about the press and defensive pressing. That's set from the front line. It doesn't start at the back. It's by the players in the forward line able to get pressure, and that's far too easy that Felix is beaten there and allows Switzerland to start to break away.
Important touch from Bruno Fernandes to break it up. I mean, let me phrase it to you this way. We've seen in all of these round of 16 games a pretty clear big team and a pretty clear small team. Do we really have that, though, in this matchup?
No, I think this is a pretty even game. And these two teams, in the last two meetings, they traded wins and victories. The game in which Switzerland won, they scored early, and then they sat back defensively, made it difficult for Portugal to break them down. I think both coaches are anticipating that. You're seeing a bit of a chess match in there, and how Switzerland are trying to defend and nullify Bruno Fernandes, stopping him getting on the ball. And you're seeing Fernando Santos trying to press and make sure that they can keep Switzerland far away from their goal and not allow their talented players like Embolo there getting on the ball in dangerous spots.
That's the second time Embolo's gone down, wanting a foul, thinking he's been hit, and Cesar Arturo Ramos, the referee, saying no. So that's, we'll see if that stays consistent, but that could become a storyline going forward. See the FIFA rankings, but again, whoever wins this one is going to feel like they're writing history. 2006 for Portugal, the last quarterfinal. The Swiss not since 1954, both lost in this stage the last World Cup. Ruben Vargas picked up an injury in the warm-up before the game in Portugal in June. Didn't play in either meeting between the teams. Back to the feet of Shaqiri. Vargas once again chased down to there. Back to the feet of Shaqiri. Vargas once again chased out of there. Longtime veteran sprays it out to the near side. Edmilson Fernandes giving a surprise start tonight. Vargas once again cross into the back post and then a run all the way out to the near side.
Guerrero does a good job here getting pressure on Fernandez's right foot, forcing him to cut back onto his weaker left foot. Great ball from Cher, opens up the field. That's what they're looking for. See how he just cheats a little bit? Stops him being able to cross with the right foot and wants him on that weaker left, and that was the result. Too heavy of a cross, gives nobody a chance, goes out for a goal kick. Good defending.
Ruben Diaz, sluice touch, Shaqiri wedged away, late recovery to get it clear by Bernardo Silva. Vargas takes a heavy bump as he wins the header. Like advantage being played by the referee as the Swiss kept the ball. To release. Vargas got sucked in, but that's too close to Rodriguez.
You're right. He gets caught there. Wrong side. He's having to play a little bit deeper defensively, and he get released when Rodriguez is probably trying to communicate to keep him back. They get very lucky there, the Swiss.
Otavio looking for Ramos, stamped away by Rodriguez, headed back in. Controlled by Akanji. Now so for Embolo. Ruben Diaz just bounced off him, trying to challenge Braille Embolo. And runs out for a Switzerland throw. Edmilson Fernandez there, interesting stories. He gets the start because of the illness to the normal right back, Sylvain Widmer. He's from Switzerland, but he has family roots in Portugal. One cousin, Gelson, played the last 3 World Cups for Switzerland. Another cousin, Manuel, played in the last World Cup for Portugal. So split family allegiances. Edmilson Fernandez, as he gets the start out there, just his 25th appearance, his first start at this World Cup.
Look at Portugal's tactical plan now too. Fullbacks, Dalot and Guerrero very high and wide, giving the team width. Ramos is the lone point man up front, and then look at all the bodies underneath. Watch how they're constantly changing positions, trying to drag defenders apart, trying to create passing lanes. All that type of movement to free up some space underneath.
Pepe's cross, Ramos, and that almost fell for João Felix as well. Embolo turns inside, a little stiff arm there on the outside on Rafael Guerrero. Rousseau hands it off wide. Vargas running in now at Dalot. Vargas to the byline, tackled away by Dalot. Anji's long switch, Dalot came for it late, and that was last out off Vargas. Quarter hour in, final game in the round of 16. Already Martyakin in some conversations. He's had illness run through his team. They get Jan Sommer back, the goalkeeper. They lose the right back. Another starting center back, Mikel Vetti. They're continuing to hold him out as he's not 100% clearly. Fernando Santos making a big call, keeping Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench. Had started 31 consecutive games for Portugal at major tournaments before tonight. Dating back to Euro 2008 when they rested him at the end of the group stage because they'd already qualified. You gonna do the wave when it comes around here?
You know
here
me.
It comes.
You know me, buddy. I'm all in. That's a rapturous wave, though.
And it comes. Chance for Ramos. They turn the corner. Bernardo Silva stabbed away by Rodriguez. Guerrero trying to hold it in. So was there first, and then he gets caught in the air as he was trying to clear it. He's saying he was fouled by Bernardo Silva. Referee disagrees. João Felix. Ramos turns there. Eigler scores! How on earth did that get in from Gonzalo Ramos?
And he is a sharpshooter. How about that? Rewarding your coach with the start. Just his 4th appearance for Portugal. Getting the start ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo. And what does he do? Bang. Oh my goodness, what a finish. Near post, just a half yard of space and roofs it. When he takes that first touch, he knows what he wants to do. He's lining up for the shot. Jan Sommer's at the near post. But when it's hit like that, just an absolute rocket. High into the corner. Sommer almost has to look. He thinks it's wide. He can't believe that is in the back of the net. That's when you sit back and you applaud. Wow. What a finish under so much pressure for a man that is just bursting onto the scene. And the place of that man, your all-time cap and goal leader for your country, that's the way to step up. What a finish. 1-0 Portugal.
Because the surprise was not just that Ronaldo isn't starting, it's that Gonçalo Ramos is on the field in his place. There are 2 other forwards on Portugal's roster with way more experience. Ramos is 21 years old. He got his first call-up just in September. He made his debut against Nigeria in their final pre-tournament friendly. But he has been a man on fire. 7 goals this fall, tied for the most in the Portuguese league. 12 in total in all competitions, and that's even including an injury in October that kept him out for 3 weeks. He was a man on fire last year for their under-21 national team, scored 12 times in 10 games. And for him to pull that off with exactly 33 minutes of international soccer experience coming into the night.
Like I said, you got Fernando Santos there. See, I told you so. You know, that is rewarding a coach with making a big call. Give you the start, which, as you said, not just Ronaldo alone, because the conversation's been about, hey, is this team better without Ronaldo? Not necessarily Ramos. It was the other players, Andre Silva, Ricardo Horta, etc., as Pepe takes a knock at the end of that.
Boy, Pepe's down in pain right now. And that's not a position of strength. He's in because Danilo, the other starting center back, broke 3 ribs in practice 10 days ago. Look at the goal again.
I mean, João Felix does well, and he's clearly on side because he's goal side right now. And the defender's in a good position. Cher's back to goal. If anything, you could say, okay, maybe get a little bit more aggressive here in getting across him. I just don't think you're expecting him to take it that quickly. Even though he's lining up, his whole body is behind that strike. And their whole body is into that celebration. Just caught everybody off guard, including Jan Sommer. What a finish, what a moment for the young man. 21 years old on the world's biggest stage.
I mean, you remember just a couple days ago, Portugal led early against South Korea. They lost that game. First time in Portugal's World Cup history. They lost a game when they scored first. Is it anywhere near the same dynamic? Because they know they're going through against a Swiss team in a game that they didn't have to beat Serbia, but they absolutely could have been knocked out in a loss. They got down at one point 2-1, and they rallied with goals either side of halftime to win that one. Guerrero's got Ramos in the middle for a second. Guerrero cuts back to cross instead. It's headed away. Otavio holds it in eventually. Hello opened up wide. Guerrero, good return inside by Bernardo Silva. Ramos trying to stand it up. Otavio right at Sommer makes the save.
Nice movement. You're seeing the fullbacks getting involved now. Guerrero this time comes inside off the run. Great look from Ramos to lay it off for Otavio. And you see he's trying to get over the top of it. Just wants to make sure he hits the target. Just ends up hitting it too much into the ground and taking a lot of the power out of it as Ruben Diaz just dumps that one down there and gives the Swiss a throw. And again, Embolo going to the assistant referee saying that there was some contact to his face.
I mean, he definitely put a shove in the back of Ruben Diaz, and that was why Diaz, it looked like, just knocked it out at the risk of turning it over. Portugal right back on it. How about that from João Felix? Gets it from Bernardo Silva. Clips it long for Ramos to try to bring out of the air. He has Ramos right at Sommer.
He has Bruno Fernandes to his right, but this is a kid that's feeling it right now, and he's right. He's going for it. Respect the confidence. Takes a little touch, comes inside. A little fortunate on the back one, but look, he could just roll that in if he can just pause right now. Pick his head up, which he does, And instead of just slipping him in with his right foot, he goes for the right-footed strike in the end. And it's a pretty comfortable save for Sommer. This Swiss defense is starting to open up a bit here.
Euler for Vargas. Vargas front point, the load just backing off and giving him all that space to get across, and he blocks the cross in the end, Zelo. Euler able to help recover. Boy, that was Pepe flying forward, and it's going to end up as a free kick for Switzerland. Friday on Fox, the quarterfinals began. Neymar in Brazil against the Cinderella of the last World Cup, Croatia. Followed by Lionel Messi in Argentina against the Netherlands here at Lusail. Coverage starting at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, Friday on Fox. Winner of this game will face Morocco, who overcame Spain in a penalty shootout earlier this evening. That game will be at Dumama Stadium on the south end of town as Vargas tries to chase on that one. That was where Morocco beat Belgium. We were told when they scored their second goal, it was about 117 decibels in the place. That's the equivalent to a large aircraft at full power at takeoff. Otherwise, to say it was very, very loud. So that place is going to be rocking.
That's right out of your wheelhouse, by the way.
Yes. I had that for the U.S.-Iran game. We didn't get there. And we've got a man down for the Swiss right now. That's probably in Cher. Cher, who's in because Nico Elvedi was out completely with an illness for their group stage finale on Friday. They didn't feel confident enough, or they just wanted to run with Cher. He's got a ton of experience. His 75th all-time appearance across 3 World Cups for Switzerland. That's not Elvedi warming up. Era Jomer, who has played exactly 1 minute at this tournament, so that gives you a sense of the shape that Elvedi is in. Elvedi now warming up, so that's more encouraging from a Swiss perspective. They're playing with 10 right now, with Cher off to the side. Offside flag comes up. Cher comes back out. It was one of the things Fernando Santos talked about, the Portugal manager, that impressed him with Switzerland. So when they went down against Serbia, they didn't panic. They didn't lose focus. They just kept to their plan. They kept we asked the question, we were here last week for the game against Uruguay. How good are Portugal really? Is it just that they have a big star, or are they a team that can actually go on a run? How different that answer might be, seeing this version of the team, the way they're playing in this first half with Ronaldo on the bench.
The game looks in control, which is a huge compliment for this Portuguese team, which at times in recent tournaments have looked out of control and unorganized. And
Low trying to get there. Cher defending on a yellow card, has to slide that out for a corner. Pepe, they show him again because it was now 2 corners ago in the 33rd minute. From this flag, Bruno Fernandes swung it in. Pepe rose up and dunked it in.
And you see sometimes they try to play this two-man game to get an extra defender to come out, which they're doing again.
Bernardo Silva. Back for Tello. His run that started this sequence. Rafael Guerreiro thinking about it. Guerreiro tags it over the ball into the stands.
Well, they end up working this shot out, and he just kind of cuts across it too much. Full extension, body off the ground, trying to get all the power, which he knows he has to get to be able to beat Jan Sommer from that distance.
It's the first time Portugal have actually not hit the target with a shot. They'd hit the target their first 5 of the night. 2 goals and 3 saves from Sommer. Vargas has foiled around the outside. That just drags the low away. Slips it through. Shaqiri looked promising and just gave up the chase.
Just a look of frustration. A couple times Switzerland have gotten into this spot. He's made some great runs off the ball, in behind the back line, slashing runs which you want. This is another look at the strike here from Ramos, which he absolutely just hammers home at that near post. My goodness, rocket.
We all get out our phones and try to do the conversion from kilometers per hour to miles per hour. I mean, it looked like Jan Sommer was surprised by it. I mean, he just didn't see, and by the time he sort of knew what was going on, it was too late. The ball was behind.
I think Cher can, of course, get tighter to him and not allow him to turn there and get the right foot extended to make that tackle. But from that angle, though, John, and to beat a keeper, you could talk about getting beat at the near post. It's a tough save, though, to try and get your hands up when you're not expecting it like that.
And that is the end of a very impressive first half. We'll send you to Rob Stone back in the studio. 45 minutes down, 45 to go in Lusail. Portugal 2, Switzerland 0.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on Fox is presented by Verizon. No Ronaldo, no issues for Portugal as they are 45 minutes away from their first World Cup knockout stage win since 2006. Rob Stone here with you, and coming up on the Verizon halftime, we'll delve into both of their goals, serve up the sights from Morocco's penalty kick victory, and get you ready for the start of the quarterfinals. Those first 2 matches coming your way on Friday. Croatia having to contend with Neymar and Brazil. The Dutch, they take on Lionel Messi and Argentina. Both those games live right here on Fox.
Ah, humbug. My signal is totally ghosting me.
You need a better network. 'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. They'll give you the new iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
This holiday season, Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro, plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro, all on us. That's a value of up to $1,900.
Wow.
And there are unlimited plans for everyone, starting at just $35 a line. It's our best deal of the year. Get the network you deserve and the savings you want, only on Verizon.
Take it all the way to the end.
I got icing on my phone. Stop shopping. I still need to find a bike, golf balls, a baseball bat.
You won't find it on that site. Go to Dix.com.
Dix.com. Why did I not think of that?
They got all the sports.
And 1 hour pickup.
That's amazing.
You mean like this?
You made that?
Oh, yes, I did.
You girls can learn a lot from Charles.
It is quite handsome.
Well, I didn't know we could do our faces.
Right?
Every holiday search starts at Dix.com.
My dad was a hard worker. He used to do side jobs installing windows, charging something like $100 a window when other guys were charging $400 or $500. He just didn't want to do that. He was proud of the price he was charging. My dad instilled in me, always put the people before the money. Be proud of offering a good product at a fair price. I think he'd be extremely proud of me. Yeah.
COVID-19. Some people get it, and some people can get it bad. And for those who do get it bad, it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, asthma, or smoking. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, don't wait. Ask your healthcare provider right away if an authorized oral treatment is right for you.
It's nitty-gritty time for the Bucks.
These conference games have direct impact on seeding. Who gets the one bye, having to play a wild card game, hosting home field advantage through the playoffs.
This is the game circled on my calendar.
The NFL, Sunday on Fox, home of Super Bowl 57.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on Fox is presented by Verizon.
Lusail Stadium, that is where we are deciding the last quarterfinalist at this World Cup. Right now, it is Portugal, halfway towards advancing at the expense of the Swiss. 2-0 the scoreline. Portugal came into this one having dropped their last 4 knockout stage games, but scoring first for the 4th time here at this World Cup triggered this 2-0 lead at the break. Rob Stone, Moadu, Clint Dempsey, Alexi Lawless back here with you. The decision to leave Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench paying off so far. His replacement, 21-year-old Benfica man Gonzalo Ramos, filling the void.
There he is, Cristiano, sitting on the bench. And as you mentioned, Gonzalo Ramos, I'm going to call him Gonzo. Gonzo Ramos just right off the bat says, you know what? Cristiano, just sit over there, and I'm going to show you how to. Look at this turn, and he just smacks this in the upper 90 near post with vengeance. My goodness.
No angle.
That is what you do when your coach has faith in you. Just he did celebrate. He did celebrate, so that's a little unfair there, but he did celebrate.
Yeah, the best chance for Switzerland would come off of a dead ball situation, a set piece here, and Shaqiri's just trying to find that near post. Gets the keeper sprawling. He gets a little bit of a hand to it just to deny it from sneaking in there.
And we talked about Bruno Fernandes before the game, has 2 assists, and this will be his 3rd. So 39-year-old Pepe with the slam dunk. 2-0 lead for Portugal. They're cruising.
What a set piece. Look at this. That's how it's done. Put it in a dangerous area, nowhere to go, and good things happen.
The value of set pieces.
Look at him. Center back coming up, beautiful bald head. Cristiano celebrating with his friend. Portugal flying. You want more? All right, down the other end. Here we go. Switzerland coming in. Diogo Costa in goal, comes out, makes 1, makes 2 saves. Clearance out. Danger avoided. Again, we take another look here. Big old rebound there, and Freuler gets his head to it, and look at that,
save.
Just with the fingernails, and gets a little help.
Kept his eye on the ball. That was really well done. Listen, Portugal showed they can beat you in a variety of different ways. This one is in transition, and what a ball that is. Ramos thinks he's got his 2nd, but Jan Sommer is up for the challenge. Keeps it close enough going into the half, still down 2-0.
So if you're Fernando Santos, how do you manage the Ronaldo question right now in the second half?
You put him in at a certain point to make sure he is part of all this. And I think the management will have been done before, to be quite honest. Whatever conversation they had before, that ultimately is going to dictate whether Cristiano Ronaldo is of use going forward.
I mean, he's done a great job. I mean, they're winning 2-0. He has to see what's going to be best for his team. And if it's to try to get the 3rd goal, get Cristiano, well, he'll do that. But if it's to see the game out, he'll do that as well. He obviously looks like he's making the right decisions.
Yeah, the calls have gone right so far, but I'm looking at Switzerland more. So what kind of changes do they make in the second half? We've seen them come back in the group stages. Can they do that same thing here? Because they got to find a way to play on the front foot a little bit more, take some chances, be daring in the final third.
And 2-0 is a dangerous lead.
This might be the best thing to happen to Portugal relative to winning the World Cup, and the best thing that could happen to Fernando Santos with the balance of power in this particular moment being shifted.
Gutsy call.
Huge.
And
huge.
It's paying off through 45 minutes. The quarterfinal field almost set here at this World Cup. It features no shortage of stars. Modric and Neymar. We'll talk about our confirmed matchups coming up after the break as our coverage continues from the Corniche. It is another gorgeous evening in Doha as we fly high above our set here at the Corniche.
I'm looking for something. Magic.
Come. There's not a moment to lose. It'll be a long journey.
Time to train.
What exactly is that? A swirling vortex of rage and madness. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to contribute here.
To adventure.
Willow, original series now streaming.
Good morning, America. Rise and shine. All across the country, we're getting up early this year with one thing on our mind.
Football! It's soccer.
Whether you're repping La Cultura in all the colors, or you need the world to know this is our year. Because the beautiful game
belongs to all of us.
Get Google Pixel 7 Pro for free. Plus get Pixel Watch, Pixel Buds Pro, and more for free.
The world doesn't come together like this very often. But when it does, the results can be extraordinary. Qatar is committed to that idea and growing its potential as a partner, investor, and innovator with possibilities that are unlimited and rewards that are priceless. Let the world play and become part of our story.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
The contaminated water at Camp Lejeune affected Marines, families, and others who worked or spent time on base. If you've been holding off calling a lawyer, now is your time to act. Billions of dollars in relief funds are ready for those who suffered. I'm Stuart Vance of the Vance Law Firm. If you lived, worked, or served at Camp Lejeune and were diagnosed with cancer or another serious condition, call 1-800-900-8530 or go to LejeuneInjuryLaw.com.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries worried about COVID-19. COVID-19 tests are now covered by Medicare Part B. It's true. That's right. Just call the number on your screen and AchieveDX will ship you your rapid COVID test at no cost straight to your home. These easy-to-use FDA EUA authorized tests will give you results in 15 minutes. Even if you have a Medicare Advantage plan, you can have these tests delivered to your home at no cost to you, and the shipping is free.
Call 1-800-862-7601. That's 1-800-862-7601. Call now.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on Fox is presented by Verizon.
Morocco through the quarters of this World Cup for the first time ever, winning in the penalty shootout against Spain. Achraf Hakimi converting the winning kick. Moroccan fans celebrating near and far. There's the reaction at the FIFA Fan Fest. Education City Stadium. The Atlas Lions, they will take on either Portugal or Switzerland in the next round. Here are the three confirmed quarterfinal matchups. Friday, Croatia taking on five-time champs Brazil. The Dutch, they have Messi and Argentina. On Saturday, the all-European showdown, England taking on Kylian Mbappe and France. Your first half moment sponsored by Verizon. No Ronaldo, no problem. The man who stepped in for him. Gonçalo Ramos, in his 4th appearance for Portugal, banging in his 2nd career goal, the first of 2 from Portugal. They are well on their way to moving on to the quarterfinals. Final 45 coming your way on the backside here on Fox.
And where you go, we'll follow, we'll follow, we'll follow.
Cause we support the U.S., the U.S., the U.S.
And that's the way we like it, we like it, we like it.
Let's go!
Imagine experiencing the intensity, the passion, and the spectacle of the greatest tournament on earth every single year. Soccer's top teams, all battling to be crowned champion of champions. Not for country, but for club.
How about that?
World-class coverage of world-class soccer. Don't stop watching.
Magnificent!
The UEFA Champions League. Stream every match exclusively on Paramount+.
Bah, humbug. My signal is totally ghosting me.
You need a better network. 'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. They'll give you the new iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
This holiday season, Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro, plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro, all on us. That's a value of up to $1,900.
Wow.
And there are unlimited plans for everyone, starting at just $35 a line. It's our best deal of the year. Get the network you deserve and the savings you want, only on Verizon.
This is the icon of vacations. Icon of the Seas, arriving 2024.
Merry Christmas!
It's a Masked Singer Christmas sing-along with special surprises and all new performances.
Come on, it's lovely weather, folks, they ride together with you.
The Masked Singer Christmas sing-along, tomorrow on Fox.
Number 10, Arizona. Number 14, Indiana. Square off in a Pac-12 Big Ten battle. The most exciting voices and the biggest games are on the new Fox Primetime Hoops. Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Back at Lusail, ready for the second half. Final game in the round of 16. Who will face Morocco in the quarterfinal Saturday evening at Al Dumama Stadium on the other side of town? Portugal 2-0 up at the break against Switzerland, who had made a substitution for the second half. They're going to bring on defender Orion. Just his 12th ever appearance at the age of 24. Playing in his first World Cup. Fabian Schär, who was in because of an illness concern to Nico Elvedi. Schär is withdrawn. We saw him down earlier taking on hydration, so you do just have to wonder a little bit if some of the challenges as multiple Swiss players have dealt with illness, just reported as colds. And now they're on a third string center back out there trying to find a way to come from behind in the second half. For the Swiss, it would be their first quarterfinal at a World Cup since 1954 if they can find a way. For Portugal, only twice in their history have they played in a World Cup quarterfinal. Both times they got to the semifinal. 2006 and 1966. Will we see Cristiano Ronaldo, and when is the other big question for Portugal right now. Joe Merritt's first attempt knocks the header backwards. Bernardo Silva trying to chase onto it. Joe Merritt will chase it down. What are you looking for here, second half underway?
Well, let's see what type of response you get from Switzerland. You approach it similarly to the first half in that you stick to your tactical plan. You try to, I think they need to get down the wings more. I think they could still turn and get in behind this Portuguese defense, at times playing a little bit more direct, quick switches of play. And for Portugal, I do think it's about finding that third and really just completely killing off the game and any Swiss hopes of getting back into this match. The game will open up for them. They need to be patient in their defensive pressure.